Hello everyone, and today we'll talk about um, writing your first program for the Playwright part. But basically, first we'll talk about roadmap, how we should learn, what are the things we should learn systematically, right? So to start with, um, as I said, you must have installed Node.js in your system, correct? So in environment variable, you can set node underscore home, all caps with this value. So go to edit environment variable, just search edit environment variable, and then you will see this system properties. Click on environment variable, then you will see something like this. Then create a new variable node underscore home and give the path till this wherever your node.js is there. In my system, let's say I have this and okay and okay and okay. So this variable setup part is done. Fine. Fine. But as per the schedule which we have decided that what are the things we will take, what topics we will cover, right? So the very first thing today we have is why framework is important and learning roadmap and component of good test automation framework. These three things we will cover. One is why framework is important and important. And second part is learning part, basically the roadmap thing. And third part is about component. Component of a good test framework. Fine. So let's talk about this first. Why framework is important. See, as a test engineer or test lead or test manager, right? Basic thing is you have to convert your manual test cases to automated one to save the time. Correct. Basic reason is this why we do automation. But then to make it more maintainable, to make it more adaptable and easy to understand, easy to edit, easy to extend. For that reason, you need framework. One part of it. Second part is it should be shippable also. Shippable means you have to take your test code or the project same as the deliverable development code, right? It's always good that you consider your test, script project same as how you deliver your, core development project, right? That is the need of new age industry, right? So your framework should be as good as how our development code is maintained, correct? Though you don't have to write too much sophisticated thing here, but yes, it should be with good standard. So it should connect to the GitHub properly. Your repository should be good. You should be able to run your test cases through Git action or Jenkins job, right? All those things are important. Logging mechanism. That's why framework is important. Okay. See, test script anybody can write. Once you learn about the command, let's say if you are working with Selenium, if you are working with any tool, Cypress, UFT, or Playwright, Renorex, anything. creating the test case or test script at one level, once you learn it, it's not a difficult part. Okay. The difficult part is optimizing it and then making it simpler. Okay. Making the thing simpler is a complex job. Making the thing simpler is actually a complex job. Fine. So make it simple whenever you think about a framework, make it simple so that anybody can understand and anybody can, you know, work on it very quickly. But at the same time, it should be very structured, right? It should not be like you're writing anything anywhere, right? So naming convention is also important. How you write your test file, what name you give, right? That is also important. So framework in that sense is very important, how you create it. Now, roadmap, here I'm talking about basically for the playwright part. Okay. So if you want to become a test engineer who will have good hands-on on playwright test automation, so you should start with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, this basic knowledge you have. HTML and CSS is important, especially when you are doing UI automation. So I'm talking about the ideal roadmap. Then you should learn JavaScript. Then you should have hands-on on the TypeScript. Then any tool will come. So here, then the playwright will part will come. It's like this. Okay. But what will be our roadmap? This is the ideal roadmap. If you want to, learn playwright, this should be the ideal way of doing it. But how we will go ahead is like we will be directly starting with playwright, right? Playwright. And along with that, whatever concept will come related to JavaScript or TypeScript, I can tell you it's like this. So for us, it's like step by step framework creation we are going to do. It's like this, right? Now, what will be the component of a good test automation framework? Right? Let's think about it, right? So, what will be the things? Obviously, when you write a test automation framework, there will be test data, correct? So, test data management part should be there. How you manage the test data, in what format it will be, whether it will be in the Excel sheet, CSV file, JSON format. So there is some test data required, and you have to write some code to get the test data. It's like this, right? Then there will be core script part or core test automation part where you will write your test cases. But then there will be like you will follow some design pattern. You will follow some design pattern. Maybe you will use page object model way, or you want to use Cucumber framework, right? So those basically provides you a design like how your test cases will be written, how many layers will be there and all, right? So core script management is a separate part which we will learn how we do it, right? Then what else? Then it will be like the reporting mechanism. So that is also a part of a good automation framework, right? The reporting mechanism. How you report it, like whether the report will be there in your framework itself, whether you will show it in, in Jenkins, how you distribute your report and all, right? Then there is the run mechanism. Right? See, this looks like, we are talking about very smallest thing, but it's important. how you run your test case. That is important, right? So then again, you can run it through the Playwright ID itself. You can run it through command prompt. You can set up some Git action to do it. You can create batch file to execute it. So those things comes under run mechanism, right? How you execute your test case, right? That is also a part of when you say framework, it's like you are creating a template that, okay, this should happen in my test automation framework. It's like this. So test data management is there, core script management is there, reporting mechanism is there, then execution pattern is there. So whether you want to execute in sequential mode or you want to run in what we say parallel mode, that is important. Then there are then the part about cross browser testing you have or not. So, whether you are executing a single browser or multiple browser, that is also important. So that is execution pattern. Your framework should support your test case to be executed in parallel or sequential. So you should decide the mode how you want to run it. It's like this, fine. Then you want to run in headless mode or UI mode, headless or UI mode. Then source code management. Source code management. That is also part of your framework. Generally, people have a myth that test automation framework means the code part, like you write the whole thing in Eclipse or you create the project. That is called a framework. No, no, no. When you talk about framework, it's like a big architect part, right? So when you design a home, it's not just the rooms, right? When you design one house or the flat, it's not just like different rooms, right? You make sure lot of different things, whether the ventilation is proper or not, where the windows will be, what is the size of the window, correct? You take care of lot of different things, where your water supply will be, correct? What should be the size of your wardrobe almiras, what should be size of the bath area, everything matters in that. Then once it is properly designed, then you say, yeah, it's a good architectural job has happened, correct? In the same way, it applies to the test automation framework also. There are a lot of things, small thing, but it's very important how you manage your source code. So generally we use, let's say, GitHub, Bitbucket, those things to manage the code. Then build management. So how you use your when you how you compile your code. Build means it's like compiling and delivering. It's like this. So we will use Maven, and as well as we will create Jenkins job to perform it. It's like this. These are the very basic 6 to 7 things any test automation framework requires if you are creating a proper framework. If you are just writing your core script and saying that I have automated this test case, it's just one part of the framework. Okay, it's like this. Fine, fine. So keeping these things in mind, we will develop our framework step by step. Okay. So as I said last time, that you should have Node.js and VS Code in your system. Once you have it, what you can do is create a simple folder somewhere in your system. Create a folder. Let's say inside your D drive. just create a folder, let's say practice um, JS or practice TS, whatever practice scripting, whatever name you want to give, just create this folder name. Okay. Once you create it, then open the VS Code. Okay. And what you should do is then you can go to file and say open folder and select that folder. So for example, I have selected this practice TS folder. Once you will select it, that folder will be shown to you like this. I'm able to see practice TS, these things. Okay. Do it till this point. Done. So basically, see here, what we are doing in this code is very simple. Um, we are, see the line number 7 first. We are declaring one variable, right? We are declaring a variable. So in JavaScript, when you want to declare variable, there are, different ways. You can say let also, L-E-T, or you can say var, or you can say const. As of now, we said var user is equals to something. Let's say here we will say Nitesh. Fine. And then I am calling a function. This is function calling. Means I'm saying, hey, something, say hello, and I'm passing that user here. Correct. So this is what function calling. Function call. At the same time, you're passing also this variable, right? So when we say function call, it should be defined somewhere. This is basically definition part of it or implementation, you can say. So this is function implementation. Okay. So here you're saying that okay, whenever this function will be there, what it will do? It's like this. So if you see here, the function structure will be like this. You have passed this, so you have to capture it somewhere. Right? This variable name can be anything. It can be anything. So here, uh, this is a bit maybe difficult for you. Let me comment out. So when you say double 2 times slash, it's like you are commenting it. Okay. So I'll say console dot log in the bracket. You can say hi. Let's say I'll say just in the single quote hi. That's it. That's it. I'm not saying anything else. And if you want to run this code, you will say node app.js. So see here, hi, it is printing. Correct. But I want to print hi and whatever the username is there. This can be anything, right? This is can be XYZ. You are passing the user and you will captured in this XYZ. It's like this. Now I will say console.log because you want to concatenate two different string. This is one string, hello, and you want to concat it with another thing. It's like this. So XYZ here, XYZ here. This exclamation mark, I have put extra thing. You don't have to do it. Basically, you can simply say console.log hello, and you can directly say dot concat xyz. That will be also good. You don't have to put these things. In fact, let me delete this thing. I will simply say console.log in the bracket xyz. Okay, let's run this now. You can do CLS and you can again run node app.js. So this time it is printing me hi Nitesh. Fine. Why? Why it is working like this? Because you have called a function, say hello. You're passing a name, let's say this, which has the value Nitesh. Then once it will reach to this line, it will jump to this. Okay, how the execution happens with any generally programming languages, how the execution starts. Execution starts line by line. Line by line it executes, correct? So here, when it will reach to this, it will not do anything. It will see it's a function. So this will be executed when it will be called. It's not like that it will execute these things first. No. It will come at the seventh line, eighth line, ninth line, blank spaces, 10th line, okay. It will store this thing in the background. Then it will check, okay, say hello user, this is a function call. This will not do anything. It will just jump here. It will jump here wherever it is written. So it will jump here and mm, it will check, okay, user value will go to XYZ. And then it will do its own task. It will come back and it will execute whatever you are writing it here. So for example, here I will say let x is equals, let q is equals to 33. And if I write let w is equals to q plus 99. And then I can again say console dot log in the bracket I can print W, let's assume something like this, right? And if I'll run this program again, what will happen? See, it is completing its task, whatever you have written, like it is calling say hello. And once this is done, it will do its own task. Then it will come to line number 9. It will say, okay, Q is 33. Fine, nothing to do. Just store the value of Q. Then W is equals to Q plus 99. Okay, what was the value of Q? 33. 33 plus 99, whatever is the value will be stored in W. And then your console.log is like printing in the output window. In JavaScript and TypeScript, you will use this, right? Same as in Java programming, you use system.out.println. In C++, you use cout, correct, to print. In C programming language, you use printf. I think printf you use. In the same way, in console.log is for just checking in the terminal. If you are not able to see terminal, you should go to here in three dots and terminal and say new terminal. That also you can do. Fine. Great. Then you will be able to see this terminal part. Okay. There are some extension which you have to add. There are some libraries or the extensions you should add in your application that we will see now. So for that, you should have Node.js, and it gives you NPM also. So when you will search for the NPM, let's say there is a website called npmjs.com. npmjs.com. Let's open this. So here you can search any library which you want to add in your project. Okay, it's like this. So I can search Playwright here. Playwright. If I'll search, see here it is showing me Playwright. So if I'll click it here, it is showing me the documentation part of it, that okay, this works with these machines. Installation steps are written, how you do it. All these details are mentioned here. Fine. So in your project, you can add Playwright libraries. It's like this. As of now, what I said that for the practice purpose, you keep your, practice JS, TS, some project and keep on working on, JavaScript executions, practice it, right? Keep the Playwright project separately. Okay. So let's create a new project for the Playwright part. Okay, hold on.